In this video, I'm talking about complainers and actually how we can help them go from complaining all the way through to resolving with one simple question. So straight to it. I'm sure there's loads of examples you can come up with. I certainly can about when people who are pretty much for that kind of straight to response of complaining about something. This can be, you may regard as being negative people, but it's particularly about people who are continuing to complain about something that's happening. There are satellite conversations around this, such as discussing appreciation, expectation, and so on. And they're all relevant. This is an additional tool for you to kind of consider and bear in mind. And it's about challenging the complainer, but in a compassionate and understanding way that actually helps them to understand really what's happening behind the scenes. So what do I do when I'm confronted with someone who's complaining? The best response I have is and. Repeating this after each time they come up with a complaint is a great way to actually unpeel the layers. Now, it may not seem that way initially, but if you just notice for a second, what we're doing is getting behind the scenes of the thinking. So here's a nice example, which is kind of quite fun, but I know it's grounded in a lot of our personal experiences. Say a friend comes and says, I'm worried about my daughter and who she's dating. Our response will be, and? Well, I don't know who he is. Okay, and? Well, I don't know who he is, so I don't know if he's a nice person. Okay, and? Well, if I don't know he's a nice person, I don't know if he's going to be nice to her. So you want to make sure the person that she's seeing is a nice person? Well, yes, obviously. In that little kind of role-played scenario, I hope you get an understanding of how repeating that question of and begins to unpack what's actually really going on. So we've got a parent who is concerned about who their daughter is seeing and is getting a bit het up about it, but upset, a bit concerned. But actually, if we unpack by only a few layers, you saw only 2 or 3 questions, what we're getting is to the point that all they want to know is that the daughter is being taken care of, that he's nice to her. Now, at that point, that's far more useful to deal with than a kind of a raging parent. At that point, we can say, great, well, let's take that. How can we resolve that? What can we do to find out if he's or she's nice to her? What do we have to do? And that person may come up with some solutions. It kind of feels really obvious, really subtle, but hopefully you notice that from a raging parent, we've got them down to understanding what's really bothering them and come up with a solution they can enact, potentially quite reasonably. And at this point, all we've done is simply ask the question and repeatedly. Another way of doing it is by saying, and what does that mean for you? So you've added the sentence a bit further, which may be more useful. So, and what does it mean for you? Or it means that him being nice to her means that she's happy. So you want her to be happy then? Well, yes, absolutely. And you can go further. You can say, and what does her happiness mean to you? And you go, well, it means I've been a good parent. It means I can make sure that she's taken care of. And now you're probably getting to the point where you're getting to some real heart of what could be bothering a parent or bothering the person in whatever scenario you can come up with. It's really fascinating. It's a useful tool. It fits in very subtly with your normal conversation. But what you're doing is helping that person to really identify what's getting to them, what's really at the heart of their concerns. It makes such a difference because once you then, by just asking that question repeatedly, what happens is they begin to understand what's going on for them. And before you come up with any solution, any advice, they are already there. They're already a few steps ahead of you, come up with some ideas. They've recognized what's actually really driving that complaint and they're going to go do something about it. So I hope you got something from there. I think you can see how very quickly we can help someone. It's really simple and very natural to fit that into normal conversation and really give them some benefit and in a way help them get to where they want to be. When we are discussing these situations or hearing someone having problems or issues, it's really challenging us to keep that disassociation without being pulled emotionally into it. Really challenging. This set of questions that I've given you in the past and today are great ways to actually keep that distance and help the person. You're able to keep your emotional integrity nice and safe. They're getting the observations, the information that they need to maybe alter some of their thinking, but you're safe. And no one's drained or exhausted from it. In fact, both walk away enriched, enlivened even. So that's why I like these so much. These are such subtle things, but oh my goodness, look at the example, how quickly we've changed it. So that's it for today. I hope you're doing super well wherever you are.